Hi, welcome to Madras Academy. In this session, we are going to learn about looping. What is loop? Loop is used to execute the code again and again. Repeatedly, if we need to do any process, in that time we can use loop. It is also called as recursion. That means repeated process. Okay, so for that, we can use the looping condition. Types of loop: while loop, do while, for loop, and for each. Okay, we have four types of loop and how the loop will execute. While loop, it is a top tested loop. First it will check the condition, then it execute the loop. Do while, it is a bottom tested loop. If the condition is true or false, the code will execute at least once. Okay, that is do while. For loop, it is a best loop condition. Why? Because in this all the loop, we are going to add three types of values. Okay. So what are the values we are going to use it? Initial value, test expression, reinitialization. These are all called as an expressions. Okay. So how to write the initial value? $i equal to 1. Okay. Starting value. From 1, I need to execute the code till the test expression is getting false. And here I return the test expression like this. $i less than equal to 10. If this condition is getting false, the program will stop. For that we need to increment this initial value, right? So for that we are using reinitialization value like this. Here I used unary operator $i plus plus. Okay. So the value will increment and it will check the condition. If the condition is true, then again the loop will execute. Like this way we can write it. And another way, here I can give the initial value $i equal to 10. Okay. If it is 10, if the I value is less than equal to 1, if the condition is getting false, till that I need to minus the value. Okay. Like this way also in reverse we can write it. Okay. So here in loop, in while loop, do while and for loop, in all these three loop, we are having three types of values. There is initial value, test expression and reinitialization. So how to use this value in all these three loop, you will see that. And here while loop, do while and for loop, and while loop is a top tested loop, do while is a bottom tested loop, and for loop is a best loop condition. Why we are telling like best loop condition? In practical session we will see that. Okay. And one more loop we are having for each. Using array only we need to write the code. And why we are using this for each and what is the difference between for loop and for each? In practically I will explain you later. Okay. So now we will start the program for the while loop. Before that, start the server and open the htdoc folder. And inside that, you need to create one PHP file. My server is running and I open the server. It's working right now. And inside that htdoc, I'm having already web page, one folder. Inside that, I'm having an index file and I'm going to open this same index file in Visual Code. So this is our previous code. We written for the unary operator and arithmetical assignment operator, ternary operator and everything. And we will open this file in a browser first. Go to the browser and just write a localhost /webpage. So here I'm having a unary operator code and right now I'm going to remove this and I'm going to write a new code and this is for the looping, right? So looping, like that I given a title. Just will refresh it. Here I am having looping code. Okay, inside that body I am not having any code. So just now I am writing looping. Like that, one heading. Okay, I need to display this heading in a center. Again, I'm using style equal to text hyphen align colon center, and I need a background color, background hyphen color colon blue, and color colon white. Okay, so we'll see this like this, it will display. Okay, now after this I'm going to write a demo for a while loop. Okay, so now we'll write the coding for the while loop. Okay, so here I will write first one is while loop, and how to write the while loop we'll see. Before that I am writing OL tag and LI tag. While loop is a top tested loop. Okay, first it check the condition, then it execute the loop. Okay, so this is the intro for that while loop. Okay, so here in all the loops we are having three types of values, right? So li in all the loop we have three types of value. Okay, so one is initial value, that is init value, like that also we can call, and then test expression. Okay, and another one is re init value. Okay, so how to use this three values, we'll see that. Okay, so here from here I'm going to write the code, and I will write a one PHP tag first. Okay, so now inside this I'm going to write a dollar symbol I equal to 1. Okay, starting from 1, and here while is a keyword. Okay, and we'll write it here li while is a keyword. Okay, again we need to write this while keyword in small letter. Okay, that is lower case. Okay, and inside that we need to write the expression dollar symbol I less than equal to 15. Condition is true, it will enter into this block, and here I'm having a dollar symbol I plus plus. Okay, so like this I will return, and here I'm going to write an echo, and inside that I'm going to write h3 tag. Okay, h3 tag, and here I'm going to write I value is, and dollar symbol of I. Okay, so here we'll see the output for this. I value is I, like that it will print the output till up to 15 times. Okay, so see, it is a top tested loop, like that I told you. That means here I'm having a condition statement, right? This condition statement is called as an expression. If this expression is true, then only the code will execute. Okay, before that I'm not having any code. Okay, so what is my condition? If I less than equal to 15, so I value is 1 only. Okay, if it is less than 15, then it will execute the loop. See, right now I'm going to give 16 or 17 greater than 15 value. Okay, so here now the I value is not satisfied, right? So once you run this, I'm not able to execute the code here. Okay, so why? Because the condition is false. If I give 10, from starting from 10 till up to 15 times the code will execute. Starting from 10 till up to 15 times the code will execute. Okay, so like this way we can write the code. Okay, if it is 1, means starting from 1 it will execute the code. Okay, so this is the while loop, and it is a top tested loop. First it will check the condition. If the condition is true, then only the code will execute. Okay, and here I'm having an initial value. This is called as an initial value. Okay, and test expression, like that I returned, right? So what is test expression? This is a test expression, and here I'm having a third value, initial value, and this one is a initial value. Okay, so all the three values we are having in this while loop. Okay, and inside that, here you can write any code. Okay, but in this program I'm going to print I value. Okay, so here this is my code. Okay, so whatever the code you return inside that, using that code the program will execute. Okay, so this is way to write the while loop, and in while loop I will write one more program code. Okay, so I will do it this one 5 times. Okay, 5 times is enough for me. So just 5 times I'm printing the output. Okay, starting from 1 to 5. Okay, this is program 1, right? So we'll write an H6 tag and code 1. Okay, this is while loop, right? While loop. Okay, now save it, just refresh. So here while loop code, it's printing. We'll change it as 4. Okay, it's very small size. Okay, now we'll get it. Okay, so now next I'm going to write one more code for this. Okay, I'm just copying this one and pasting here. This is for the code in 2. Okay, see, I'm going to write the same code. Okay, if you need to write a code again, I will write it, not a problem. So here, okay, so here I'm going to write dollar symbol I equal to 1. Okay, and I'm using while loop, and dollar symbol I less than equal to 5 times I will write it. Okay, that is enough. And dollar symbol I plus plus. Okay, and here you can use I plus plus, or you can write I equal to dollar symbol I plus 1. Okay, or 2, like that you can write it anything. Okay, so if I used it to, okay, this is an arithmetical assignment operator format. Okay, so here I'm going to write see, I'm going to give some default value for a variable. Okay, what is an a value? We'll give 20. Okay, a value is 20. Okay, and here I'm going to write an echo that is a dollar symbol a 20 into I'm going to write dollar symbol I. Okay, into I equal to, and here I'm going to calculate the value. So dollar symbol a into dollar symbol I. Okay, and here we'll write H, what is the size we written previous code, H3, right? So H3 start tag and end tag. Okay, just put a semicolon and save it and go to the browser and refresh it. See, here I'm having code 2. So my initial value is 20. Okay, so that 20, here I'm going to multiple by 2 is equal to, we need to multiple the value. So here what is happening, dollar symbol I into 2. Okay, so what is the output we are getting here? So here it's printing the same format, it's not calculated. So we'll do it like this. We'll see the output. No, it's not calculating, it's printing the same output. but I need to calculate this value. So what I'm going to do, so here I'm going to concatenate the value like this. Okay, this is a string concatenation. Okay, so if I do like this, now I will get the calculation. So previously, why it is not calculated now? It is considered as a string. Within double quotation, I returned everything, right? So it's considered as a string. So it will print whatever the format we are having in that. Okay, so here in this line, I need to calculate the value. So for that, this is my first concatenation string. After that, I'm using dot operator. And here separately, I'm calculated that value and using dot operator. After that, I'm going to concatenate some string message. Okay, so if I write like this, it will print the output like this way. Okay, so first time the A value is 20. 20 into 1. So 1 only we are getting there, right? So 1. So into 20 into 120. And after that it will increment 2 value, right? So 1, 2 and 3 is there. So now using that 3, the next value will calculate it. Now after 3 again I need to increment 2 value. Now it is 5 and 5 into 20 into 5, it will print 100. So like this way we can calculate the value also. Okay, so using that iteration value I calculated. This is another method. Okay, now in the same way, if I need to print date, year, everything, you can write it. So date means starting from 1 till up to 31 days. Okay, so you can write the operators here to print the output. Like that way also we can use it. Is a while loop. Okay, that you can do it in your practical session. Okay, so next I'm going to write a do while. Okay, if you learned this while loop, do while is easy. Okay, so I'll go to the line and here I'm going to write do while. This is one is second one, do while. Okay, so how to write this do while we'll see. Okay, so here see, this is the instruction I given here, right? You just copy it and I paste it here. So here I'm going to change some more words. Do while is a bottom tested loop. Okay, so here if the condition is true or false, okay, the code will execute at least once. At least once. Okay, and here also we are having all the three types of loop: initial value, test expression and reinit. Everything we are having here also. Okay, and here we are using two keyword. One is while, another one is do. Okay, do is one of the keyword and while is a keyword. Okay, everything we need to write it in a lower case. And how to write, we will see that. Okay, now we'll see the browser and I given us some introduction about that. Okay, now after that I'm going to write the PHP tag and inside that I'm going to write the code. See, I'm going to copy this first code. Okay, just I'm copying and I'm going to write it here. Okay, I'm going to write it here and this is a code one for do while loop. Okay, so here only one changes we need to do. Okay, if you learn this, do while is easy and just I'm cutting this test expression from here. There I need to use do. Okay, I'm getting do block, right? Until come to the last line and paste it this one. Okay, in do while while is ended with semicolon. That's it. There is no any changes and all here. Okay. So here I'm having an expression at last, right? So if you give here 1000 or lakh, one time the code will execute. And here I'm not having any test expression code. Okay, after that 1000 is there na. Here it is 1001. 1001 is less than equal to 5. Condition is false. Again the program will not execute. Okay, but one time it will execute the code. See the output. Okay, in while loop I'm not getting any output in that. But here only one time, at least one time it will execute the code. Okay, whether condition is true or false. If I used 1, starting from 1 till up to 5 times, it will execute the code. Got it? So, in the way, we need to write the do while program. And here also we are having initial value, test expression and reinitialization. Everything we are having. And inside that, whatever the code you need to write, you can write any code. Okay? Any doubts on this? Okay. Next we will see the for loop. Okay. So now I'm going to write the for loop code. Just I'm copying this. And here I'm writing program code number 3. This is for the for loop. Okay. So we need to write the heading also, right? So what is the heading for this? In which format we return? In H2 format. I just copied that one and I'm pasting here. This is the third one and this one is for loop. Okay. For loop code 1 we have to write it. Before that I will give some instruction. Okay. So what is for loop? I will copy this OL and LI and I paste it here. Okay. And here for loop is a best loop condition. Best loop condition. Okay. And it is a top tested loop. It execute same as while loop. Okay. Here if the condition is true, then code will execute. Otherwise it won't execute the code. Okay. In this for loop also we are having 3 types of value: init, test expression, reinit. And how to write this we'll see. Before that, here we are using the keyword called for. Okay. Within a parenthesis, we need to write all the 3 expressions. So how to write? We'll see that. Okay. So now I given some introduction about a for loop here in this page. Okay. So how to write the code? We'll see that. So I'm going to write PHP start tag and end tag, and here I need to write the for loop. For within a parenthesis, in the single parenthesis I can write all the 3 expressions. Okay, 10 times and then $symbol I plus plus, all the 3 expressions. Okay, and here I'm going to write a paragraph tag to print the I value is $symbol I. Okay, so I'm going to close the paragraph tag and I need to put semicolon. See, I'm not having this all the expression in a separate line, right? I'm having everything in a single parenthesis and 2 semicolon mandatorily we need to give it. Okay, 3 expressions and 2 semicolon we need to write it inside that parenthesis itself. Okay, but here I'm having all the initial value, test expression and reinit in a different location. Okay, but here I return everything in a same line. Okay, So for that only we are naming like for loop is a best loop condition, like that. Okay, so how it is executing, we will see that. Okay, see, starting from 1 till up to 10 times the code will execute. Okay, so like this way we can write the for loop code. And we will write one more code. I just copy it and I am going to paste it here, and here we will write code 2. Okay, I am going to print the table. Okay, here to print the table. Okay, so for that I am writing the code here. So here first we need to declare one variable, table number, equal to what table you need to print. I need to print 6th table. Okay, so starting from 1 to 10 times I need to iterate it. And here I am going to write a paragraph tag, and inside that paragraph tag I am going to write first dollar symbol TNO. Okay, and double quotation close and dot, and we need to dot, and we need to concatenate that into. Okay, again dot, and I need to print that dollar symbol of I value, again dot, and we need to write into equal to, and then again dot, and here I'm going to calculate the value. Okay, dollar symbol TNO into dollar symbol I. Okay, and close it, and again dot, concatenation of paragraph. Okay, that's it, everything we returned here. Okay, and if you need to write like this also, you can write it. This TNO double quotation TNO, on this double quotation no need. Okay, so all the values are returned using dot operator. Okay, all the strings are returned separately in a double quotation. For joining the string and integer number, I'm using dot operator. Okay, so now I'm going to print the 6th table. See, I refreshed, so it will print the 6 ones or 6 2s or 12, like that, till up to 10 times I need to print it now. So starting from 1 to 10 it will print the output. Now if I give 7, just refresh, 7th table will print. Okay, so here it is 9th table now, so we'll write a 9, 9th table will print. Okay, so like this way, for the continuous process we can use the for loop condition like this. Okay, and this is a basic, and while we move on to the advanced concept, we'll do some other programs based upon this. Okay, and the next we'll see the for each concept. Okay, so I will write a heading first. What is an, where is the heading I returned? Code 1, code 2. I need a heading for that, right? 3. H2 size, I return a heading. Okay, now come here and write the heading. Okay, this one is program number 4, right? So 4th one is for each loop. Okay, so just for the for each I'm going to give the short introduction, and as well as I'm going to write the simple code. Okay, and using array only we need to write it, this one. Okay, array concept I will tell you separately how to create the array variable and everything, but for array data type I already explained one syntax, so I'm going to use that syntax here. And how to retrieve the values from array using for each, we'll see that. Okay, so here I'm going to write code 1, right? So we'll write a code 1 for each. This is a for each. Okay, So now come to the next line and write a PHP tag. So what type of array I created there? I think it is color. Okay, so dollar symbol color equal to here I'm going to use array within a parenthesis, and here in single quotation or double quotation, anyway we can write a value. So here I'm using red, blue, green, orange. Okay, like this I created one array. Just I'm going to print that array using echo. So I'm going to write one p tag inside that double quotation. I'm writing p tag. Okay, so here I'm going to write dollar symbol of color and closing p tag. Okay, so if I write like this, I will give the separate introduction for an array separately. Okay, just for the simple program execution, I'm telling the code how to use the for each. Okay, and here how to collect that array. Array box bracket of 0. If I write like this, okay, so it will print the first index value. Okay, so if I need a second index value, we need to write one more time, and array index value, it start from 0 and end with the null character. Okay, so if I give 1, color of 1 blue, color of 0 means red, like that it will print. Okay, so we need to give the index value to print the array value, array element. Okay, so here color is a variable, and in this color variable normally we can able to assign only one value, but if I use the array I can assign the multiple values. Okay, so array, and whatever the values you return inside that, using that index value we can print it like this. Okay, so instead of that we can use the for each concept. Okay, so how to write the for each, we'll see that. And here I'm going to write for each. Okay, within a parenthesis dollar symbol color is a variable. I'm going to assign the color variable value to dollar symbol C. Okay, so here I'm not going to give any index value, just I'm going to use as keyword to assign all the value to the C variable, and the C is printing the output. See, C will print all the output. And here I'm not having any condition statement. Okay, initial value, test expression, reinitialization, I didn't return anything here. Just I'm calling that color variable, and whatever the color variable value we are having, using as, I'm going to assign all the variable to C. C is printing the output. Okay, previously I returned here, right? I remember that. I just I'm writing one more time. See, if I'm not having any index value, just I'm calling that color variable like this way. In this line you can see, I'm just cutting here. See, in this line you can see it will display the warning error. Okay, so if we need to print the color variable value now, we need to give the index value like this. Okay, if I'm trying to write like this, it will display the error message. It won't print the value. Why? Because I'm not having only one value. Okay, I'm having a multiple value. So which value we need? We need to assign that. Okay, so for that we are using box bracket of 0, box bracket of 1, like that we need to assign the index value. Then only it will print it. Okay, and here if it is for each and no need to give the index value, just call the color variable as C. Okay, so here the left side value will assign to the right side and right side value will print the output. Like this way we can write it. Okay, but this is the easiest way to print the output. Okay, so suppose you are going to retrieve this value using for loop, means how to write, we will see that. I just copied this. Here I am writing one more for loop. Okay, I am going to change code to using for loop. Okay, so how to print the array variable value, we'll see that. And if I used for loop, we need to find the length of the color variable. How many elements we are having here, like that. Okay, so for that I'm using strlen. Okay, dollar symbol of color. Okay, so here I'm going to use a echo within double quotation p tag and number of color, dollar symbol len, and I need to close the paragraph tag. First we'll find the color. Okay, number of color, like that I returned. So just refresh it, and this is the second code using for loop. And here what is an error? str, I'm having an error. So here we need to write an argument only, right? Must be a string type array given. Oh, we need to give the string type, but array is given, like that it's displaying. I will try this as an I will try this one as and here we need to use count. Okay, count dollar symbol of color. Okay, so not a str length. Okay, so here I'm having a count 4, that is 0 1 2 3 null character 4, so it will print the count as 4. Okay, now we find the length. Okay, and using for loop, if I'm going to print this, how to write that? Dollar symbol I equal to array index value start from 0, and then dollar symbol I is less than dollar symbol len, and while we retrieve the value from the array, we have to use only less than operator, not equal to. Okay, so if I used equal to, including the null character, it will print the output. Okay, so here we need to use dollar symbol I less than length only. Okay, that means 0 1 2 3. Okay, now if I use equal to, including the null character value, it will print. That means only 3 we need to print it. Okay, not 4. 4 I'm not having any element there. Okay, so for that only we are using like that, and then I plus plus. Okay, and finally here I need to print all the colors, right? So you can write an echo, and here we need to write a color is dot dollar symbol color box bracket of dollar symbol I, and using that index value it will print the output. And here I'm going to write an h, what format we followed here, paragraph tag, right? Okay, we will write a paragraph tag start tag, and here we need to write the end tag. Okay, close it. So using for loop, if you are going to print the array element value, we need to find the length. Okay, and then we need to give the initial value test expression re-init, and finally using the index value we need to print the output. Okay, using for loop. First length we need to find it, and using the index value we need to print the output. But in our previous code, okay, so here I am having an array element and using index value without for loop how to print I told you, and using for each without any condition statement we need to retrieve all the element. We can use this format. Okay, so here I will write an echo. This one is a paragraph tag using for each. Okay, paragraph tag, close it. Close the paragraph tag, and we'll write one style sheet also here. Okay, so then only we'll be getting some color difference. Color colon blue. Okay, now save it and go to the browser and see. Here I'm getting 2 times red and blue and everything, right? So from here, this is a for loop. For each, sorry. This is a for each. Okay, and this one is a for loop. Okay, so for the string I returned, but if it is integer value, how to write? We'll see that in for loop. Okay, and I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to using for loop integer value. Okay, this one is code 1, 2, and for loop I'll write it here using 5th code. Okay, this one is using for loop and for each. Okay, here what I'm going to do, here I'm going to give the calculation, total calculation using array variable. Okay, so I'm going to calculate all the array elements. Okay, so like that I'm going to plan. I will write one PHP tag, start tag and end tag. Okay, here I'm going to create an array, mark equal to array within a parenthesis. You can give any mark, 5 subject mark. Okay, and using for loop, first we will print the code. Okay, so here I'm going to use h4 using for loop. Okay, h3 using for loop, like that I return. See, so first we will see the for loop. Okay, so first we need to find the how many subject mark I'm having, right? So for that, number of subject equal to, we need to write the count $symbol of mark. Okay, so in that time we will get the count, and we need to calculate the sum, right? So sum equal to 0, like that I am given one initial value. Okay, after that here I am going to write a for loop. For $symbol of I equal to 0 semicolon, $symbol of I is less than number of subject. Okay, and then $symbol of I plus plus. Okay, this is the for loop, and inside that for loop first we need to calculate the sum. Okay, so $symbol sum equal to $symbol sum plus $symbol mark box bracket of I. So using index value, it will calculate all the values and it will assign to the sum variable, and finally I'm going to print the sum value is, what is the sum value? $symbol sum. It will print the output. Okay, so now here If I need to write an h3 tag, we can write the h3 tag, h double quotation slash h3 tag to print the output. Okay, so here I'm going to display the color. So style equal to color colon green. Okay, so now we'll see the output for the for loop. And this I variable I need to use dollar symbol. Okay, so I missed to write. Okay, so see, I calculated the total mark like this way. Okay, same way if I used for each, no need to write this much of the code. See how to write it for each. Okay, so here I'm just copying this code. Okay, and I will modify this code here. If it is for each, only the mark we need and no need the count, and as well as instead of this sum, for this program I'm going to use total. Okay, here I'm using total. Okay, and here we need to write a for each, and no need to write all the three expressions inside that. We can directly write mark as dollar symbol m. That's it. Okay, so here we have total variable, right? We need to write total. Okay, and here total plus m, just give m. Okay, so finally we'll get the total, and here we'll print the total mark value is, and here we will print the total. Okay, so here I'm not having any condition statement, and no need to find the length and how many mark we are going to give here. It will calculate all the marks. Okay, and it will print the output here. Okay, so like this way we can use for loop and for each. And I given small example for an array in this topic, and while we move on to the array topic, we will give the brief explanation and we will see some other programs also in that. Okay, so now we are able to understand how to use the looping condition and what is while loop, and how to execute the do while, and what is the difference between while and do while, and as well as why we are using for loop. Okay, and what is the advantages of the for each. So these are all the topics we covered in this session, and just go through the code and do the program in your own, and if you have any doubts you just text us. In next session we will see the string handling. Okay, how to manipulate the string, we'll see that in PHP, how to use the string handling. That is the next topic, and till now all the control statements are over, including with the looping condition, while loop, do while and for loop, and we covered for each also. Okay, for each. Okay, thanks for watching.